Okay, Mr. Music here again. Going over problem 14 on the Chapter 6 test review. I wanted to make sure I went over this problem because this is one that a lot of students struggled with, but I think once I go over this one, you'll realize, oh, okay, I can do this, and it's actually a lot easier than it seems. Okay, so let's look at number 14. Sandy is ordering bread rolls for her party. She wants 3/5 of the rolls to be whole wheat. What other fractions can represent the part of the rolls that will be whole wheat? Shade the models to show your work. So what other fractions can she represent? Can represent the part of the rolls that will be whole wheat. So basically what this is, it's asking you to find equivalent fractions. Okay. Now in this one, it tells you how many parts you need, 25. In this one, you get to make it up, which is nice. Now, the way to make this problem easy is the amount shaded needs to be the same because you're not changing the amount of bread, right? You're finding an equivalent amount of bread. So I'm going to start off by just trying to make these two look as similar to the one they already gave me. And again, I'm human. We're not going to draw perfectly straight lines. But you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. And here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. And I'm going to do the same thing for this one. I'm going to break it into the same amount of parts just to start me off. Again, I'm going to try to do it the best I can, but knowing that it won't be 100% absolutely perfect. Okay. Now, I know that the amount shaded is going to be this part up here. This one, this one. Just like there were 3 shaded here. Same thing here. Shaded, shaded, shaded. Okay, now to figure out of 25, I just need to break this up into 25 parts. So notice I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts going this way. I wonder if I break it into 5 parts going this way, if that will give me 25 smaller parts. Let's see. So I'm gonna. That's a bad line, but again, I'm doing the best I can. There's 2. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to break this one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 5, is that 25? Yeah. So now notice I didn't shade anymore. I just changed how many parts I broke it up into. So now there's 25 little boxes as opposed to 5 long rectangles. But the amount that's shaded has not changed. So of these now 25 little boxes, how many of them are shaded? Well, I just need to count. Or I could use our ideas of an array to help me solve that quickly. I have 3 along the side, 5 along the top. Well, that would be 3 times 5. But again, I could count it to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So yeah, 15 out of 25 would be the same amount as 3/5. These are equivalent. They're the same amount of bread. Right? The same amount is shaded on each part. Now for this one, we get to pick what our denominator is too. So guess what? I'm going to make this real easy on myself. I'm just going to put one line straight down the middle. Well, let's see how many parts we have now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 along the side. 1, 2 along the top. So total, I have 10 parts. Total, remember the denominator is the total number of parts. And then now for the numerator is just how many shaded parts. Well, I have 3 along the side that are shaded and 2 along the top again. So 3 times 2 is 6. So you see, and again, I could cut it here and here, and that would be now 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it would just be 3 times 4, and it would be 12, and then our total would be We have 5 times 4, 20. So that would be another one that would be equal. These are all equivalent fractions. So again, this problem, start off by just copying the first image, making it as close to the first image as you can. Then you just have to cut it, draw your lines to cut this up into how many pieces it tells you. In this case, it told you to cut it into 25 pieces. And remember, always think back to your arrays. How do I get 25? Well, a 5 by 5 array would give you 25. And then the last one, that's even easier because you get a pick, okay? And I made it real easy on myself. I just drew a line right down the middle to get my 6/10, but I also showed you that I could have drawn 2 additional lines and got 12/20ths as well. Those are all equal to each other. All right, thanks again for tuning in. Hopefully, number 14 on the Chapter 6 test will be much easier for you now if you remember that it's just asking for equivalent fractions, okay? And then obviously how to draw those equivalent fractions. It becomes much easier when you see an example. All right, thanks again for tuning in. See you next time.